I'm Ryan,
Happy.
and we are the Disney Movie
Club.
Club. Today we're talking about the movie The Sword in the Stone.
The sword in the snow. I'm gonna try to pull the sword.
All right, The Sword in the Stone. So this is a special one because this was a movie from my childhood that I watched a lot. So it's special for me to watch it as an adult. So The Sword in the Stone tells the origin story of King Arthur and how he became the king. All right, so it starts out with the legend of the sword and stone, right? And
Yeah,
what about the sword?
guys.
The king died, and what did the sword and stone mean, Jim?
Somebody pulled it out, they will be kicked.
Yep.
If a kid pulled it out. Well, what about if a girl pulled it out, they will be queen.
Yeah, I guess whoever pulls it out
Will be
is,
king or queen.
yeah. Okay, so the sword and stone tells the story of King Arthur as a child. Arthur, do you remember what his nickname was in this story?
War.
Wart. And Merlin, who's a wizard who kind of gives Arthur an education about life because Arthur is just kind of adopted and he just kind of like helps around his palace, but he doesn't have any education. So Merlin and Archimedes the owl give Arthur an education.
If you wish the owl's the same voice of Rabbit in the Winnie the Pooh movie.
Yes. So they teach him how to read and write, and they also teach him about life by Merlin transforming him into different types of animals, and they learn different lessons along the ways.
Like
Remember the different animals that they turn into?
a fish and a squirrel.
A fish, a squirrel, and there's one more. The third one. Do you remember, Archie?
A bird.
A bird. Yes.
Ah, but I forgot bird name.
Yep. So they. Do you remember the kind of the lessons that they learned along the ways, being a fish, squirrel, or bird?
Yeah.
What were some of the things they learned?
So if you're a fish, you have to look out for dangerous sea creatures.
Okay. Squirrel.
Um, 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 other squirrels might like you. Squirrels might like you get lower shoe like this.
Yeah.
Like this. I'm gonna kiss you.
Yep. And then when they were the bird,
They
where
looked
they were the bird,
wow.
they were learning how to fly, and then
They saw a seagull.
yep, and then Arthur flew into Madame Mim's house, right? And Madame Mim was kind of the villain. They had a wizards and witches duel,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And what did they do in that duel?
Squirrel.
Yep. What did they do during the wizards duel?
They fighting each other was turning into ants.
Yeah, so the rules were they had to be different living
But
organisms.
when these last
And
Aladdin turned into a dragon, which is not a real animal.
so then Merlin defeated her by doing what?
A germ.
He turned into a German, made her sick.
Yeah.
Yep. So then Arthur kind of has his education. He kind of gives it up though because he just wants to be the squire for his. I don't think it's his brother, but
Or
goes to help.
his stepdad.
Yeah, goes to help the older brother.
That he wasn't actually.
It's just basically like a servant. And Merlin was frustrated with him because he thought that Arthur had more in his future than just being a squire. So Merlin kind of gave up on him, and Arthur was with his brother while he was.
But the owl served there, so
Yeah.
the owl teached him.
Yep. So then Arthur is helping the brother, and he forgets his job of bringing the sword to his brother. So he sees the sword in the stone, and he's able to pull it out, and then he ends being the sword in the stone, or he ends being the king.
Because they pull the sword out like this.
Yep.
And the gods are saying, oh.
So King Arthur, June and Archie haven't really seen too many stories about King Arthur, but he's like a mystical. king. So yeah, this is just kind of the origin story of King Arthur. All right, let's talk about some characters.
King.
What characters do you want to talk, or a character you want to talk about, Jim? Okay, what about the owl? Archimedes.
Funny.
Why is he funny?
Like this. Because he doesn't want to really do stuff, and he wants to stay in his bird's house all day, because he's a nocturnal.
Okay. What character do you want to talk about, Archie?
I want to talk about.
You were laughing a lot at that wolf.
I want to talk about.
The wolf was funny, right? What was
He he got getting hurt. He was getting out like this. And he has a stick in his mouth, like I mean, a bow in his mouth, like this.
He was always chasing Arthur around, trying to eat him, and then he would always miss him.
I didn't even notice.
Yep. So I'm just going to talk about. I like Madame Mim and Merlin's Wizard Duel. That was kind of my favorite part. They were turning into different animals, trying to defeat each other. And then I did like Arthur. He, no matter what problem he faced or anything, he always just gave it his best, right?
Yeah.
And I think that with that mentality, if you just give it your best, and no matter how good or not good you are, as long as you try your best, that's will get you far in life.
What animal did you like that they turned into most?
I liked when Merlin turned into the walrus.
Yeah.
That was fun.
No, I mean, when
Oh, and when they, I like when they were squirrels.
I like when they were fishies.
Okay.
I like. Comment your favorite character. And comment your favorite animal that you saw. A fish or a squirrel or a walrus or a dragon or no, a fish or a squirrel or a bird.
Okay. We'll see if we get any comments. All right. So at Disneyland, there is an actual Sword of Stone where you can kind of take pictures and try to pull the sword out of stone. I never saw like every once in a while is someone able to pull it out or anything. If they do that or anything. I'm not sure.
Somebody actually pulled it out. I wish they had music to this. Oh!
And then the carousel is called King Arthur's Carousel.
It's also Mary Poppins too. It's both. It's half.
Yes, there's Mary Poppins.
The horses are Mary Poppins, but the carousel is
King Arthur's Carousel.
Yeah.
Okay. So any other ideas of how Sword in the Stones? What about it?
Because I went like in the other.
Oh.
Like, I went like Mr. Tuck.
Saints from the Ride. Yeah. Any ideas for you of how Sword in the Stone could be represented at Disney?
I don't really know, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna think and go down to the
okay. I was thinking there could be a ride where, like, the first third of the ride, you're like a fish, and then you're climbing the trees like a squirrel in the second part of the ride. The third ride is like a bird, so you're like the different animals, like in the Sword and Stone.
At the last part, you see them doing the duo.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
At the very end, you can see him as a kid and pulling the sword out. I know now. I think there should be a ride where you can like fly to with the wizard to like a island.
Okay, so what would you rate it?
Like
1 to 10. 1 to 10, what would you rate Sword in the Stone?
An 8 out of 10.
Why do you feel that way?
Because there wasn't really any girls in it.
Okay. All right. What about you, Archie? What would you give it?
I'll give it 100.
Why do you feel that way?
Because I liked it. Because I want to pull the sword out like this.
Okay. And I'll probably give it an 8 out of 10. I did enjoy it. It's very nostalgic. But yeah, just I think a little lacking on like a message or like, yeah, so I enjoyed it. The story was fun, but
that's Mary Poppins.
Yes, Mary Poppins is coming.
Make sure to like that sword. And make sure to like that Mickey and subscribe.
All right, we'll see you later for Mary Poppins.
Yeah.